Hello. This is Megan. Some of you may know me as ESLVentures. That's the blog I have. I wanted to make a short video which is different from my traditional post to talk about some things related to being an expat and also just more in general being in charge of the decisions in your life and knowing that there's always the possibility of changing and redirecting your life. You are in control of your future and your own happiness. So I'll give you a little backstory. In 2014, I decided to move abroad to teach English. I wasn't feeling as fulfilled in the career path that I was in and didn't have as many responsibilities, so I thought this was a good opportunity for me to travel and, see the world, learn new languages. There was always, a little scary apprehension if I was going to like it. What would be the long-term goal of moving abroad? But taking all those risks and fears, pushing those aside, I decided to go. So I started teaching English in Latin America, and from there I became a serial expat. I moved to Europe, I moved to Asia, traveled all over the world, over 60 countries on my own, solo travel. I really had some incredible experiences that I don't even think it's not even possible to describe the kind of changes I've had internally. You can see that, maybe I look the same, but so many things have happened to me that have made me see the world differently. I've had incredible connections with people that I never imagined I would have so much in common with, and it really just made me feel that I was more connected to people around the world. There might be language barriers or religious barriers, but we really do live very similar lives all over the world, and that's something that you really notice after traveling the world. But at the same light, with all this travel and excitement in only a few short years, I've noticed that I'm not becoming as fulfilled with the kind of travel that I'm doing. I sought out in April to go backpacking for about 5 months, and I was kind of, in the heart of India on my own, feeling surrounded by thousands of people, but feeling very alone, feeling very detached from everything around me, feeling like I was lacking a bit of purpose, and feeling like, I'm not enjoying it as much as I was 4 years ago, and feeling like maybe I need to change, which for me it was a hard decision, because I had really people had begun to associate me with this travel lifestyle, and so for me to say, well, I'm not quite sure if 100% this is what I want to do anymore, that says a lot. But after thinking about it, I thought, oh, I don't really care what people think, and they can think whatever they want, and I'm gonna just live my life and be happy for myself, and if that means changing my lifestyle, then that's what it means. So for the months following that, I decided to try to make a transition moving back home. Feeling like I want more of a sense of belonging to the place where I'm living. That's one thing that I would say as a long-term expat that you start seeking, is that sense of community, that sense of belonging to a place, especially when you are someone that moves abroad continually. You relocate multiple times. You feel like, where's home? I don't recognize where I belong anymore, because so many things are happening internally, so many changes are happening. So yeah, I'm making a transition, and I will be moving back to the US. I just got a job and I will be teaching children that are non-native speakers of English. So I will still be teaching ESL, which I'm very excited about. I will be working with a great group of students, and I'll hopefully be able to shed some light on how education is in the United States for children that don't speak English as a first language. So there will be that aspect to it. I definitely don't think I will 100% give up travel. Just 2 weeks ago, I decided to book a spontaneous trip to Iceland, so I feel like there will be trips in the future. So those two parts of myself will still be present. The teaching ESL and traveling will be present, and I'll still be posting blogs, but I will not be going back to Spain. For those of you that followed me, know that I was studying in Spain. Unfortunately, I wasn't super happy with the program that I had chosen, and you know, that's also a good learning tool. I feel like there really are no failures in life. I think the failure is not trying, and so for me, I'm proud of myself that I decided to apply to a school in a foreign country, move there, try attending university. I don't feel like the quality was necessarily there in the program I chose, which for me is more important. I want to make sure that I'm gaining a lot from my education, and so in the future I could maybe see myself going back to school in the States, but that's still to be decided. So yeah, I just wanted to, I guess, tell you that if you feel like you want to change something in your life, nothing is ever set in stone. No, there's the only thing that's constant, the only thing that's constant in life is change, actually. And so you really need to trust your gut, trust your heart, what it's telling you, and don't let other people or things around you influence your decision, because it is your own life at the end of the day. I saw this really beautiful quote this morning my friend had posted. It was like, you know, your life should be radically changed because you are continually sculpted, because you are a masterpiece at the end of the day. It was something like that. It was really nice, because it's like, yeah, you make the decisions that create your life, and your life should be a masterpiece. It should be a work of art. It shouldn't be something that's predictable. It should be something that's constantly, you know, improving for the better and making you feel happy and fulfilled. Another thing I just wanted to touch on real quick. So when I was traveling, I was, you know, having all these thoughts about, like, you know, is this the right decision? Where will I find balance in my life? I listened to this really great TED Talk. I can maybe link it down in this video. And it was talking about what are the pillars of a good life. And it really shed some light on my lifestyle and what I was lacking and what I wanted for my life. So one of the 4 pillars being belonging, feeling like you belong to the community where you're living, which is something definitely that I was struggling with being an expat, feeling like I didn't necessarily relate to the people that I was living with. A sense of purpose. So feeling like you are giving back to others or making a difference. I felt like when I was teaching abroad, I was really making a difference and I really enjoyed it. However, I do feel like not necessarily making as much of a difference when I was attending university. So really excited about the fact that I'm going to be in the classroom again, working with kids, helping them. So again, having a purpose. Storytelling, something that you wouldn't necessarily think. So what I think is interesting is, you know, there are all these facts in your life, like, you know, the kind of jobs you've had and your relationships and things like that. These are very set in stone, and storytelling is really how you tell the story of your life. So when you look at your life, how do you see it? Do you see it as all these incredible series of events, or do you see it as one failure or one disaster after the next? I mean, one person could, you could look at your life and think your life is terrible, but somebody else could look at what you have in your life and think, wow, that's amazing, I want that. So it's really about how you see your own life. So that's really interesting. And the other being transcendence, so thinking that you're a part of something bigger. I'm not an incredibly religious person, but you know, even talking about meditation or being more spiritual, something that I need to strive for, I think, in the future. So that pillar, gonna work on it a little bit, but definitely feeling like this decision to move home, to be close to family and friends, to have a purpose in my job again, is really going to be moving me in the right direction towards, you know, happiness and fulfillment. So I encourage everyone else to, you know, reevaluate your life. Your life can always change. If you feel like something's lacking, you can always make adjustments. So just feel empowered to know that you are in control of your own life, and the decisions you make can really ultimately lead you in the direction that you want to be in. So yeah, that is, I will leave you with that. So if you have any questions at all, definitely still I'm here to help people that are interested in teaching abroad, teaching ESL, traveling abroad. I still love travel. I love planning travel, super organized. So if you have any specific location that you want to travel to that I've been to, I would love to help you. Yeah, that's all I have for now, and again, I will keep you updated with posts as I am making this transition back to living in the US. And that's all for now. Talk to you later.